All right, everybody. So today's story is about a guy with a reputation for being the sign spinning, head banging rock star sign guy from Zephyr Hills. He even refers to himself as the rock star sign guy. This is something that I think about later when he suggests to his followers that I'm a pothead. It seemed real ironic to me, since a lot of rock stars are cannabis users. When I separately told my wife and youngest daughter about him calling me a pothead, they both laughed and reminded me that this guy has been out in front of medical marijuana stores in the past, waving signs for them, spinning signs, supporting the marijuana use. But now he's got a problem with somebody being a pothead. You can't make this stuff up, not even when you're high. This guy's well known in the area. When he's out doing his thing, tons of people who drive or walk by, they'll take pictures and record him. Then they'll post it to their social media pages. He's got no problem with that, until I do it, that is. But before I share the clips of that interaction, I need to give you some insight, so maybe you'll understand why I was wanting to ask this guy, the rock star sign guy, some questions. Back in January, I was on my way through town. I had to get some supplies for my fishing sinker business, and I passed a man who was panhandling, just a few blocks from the police department. I wanted to hurry up and get my errand done and come back in case the cops harassed him, which I knew they would. By the time I got back, the police were already there and writing him a ticket. I recorded that interaction and I did a records request for the body cam footage and all the reports and everything. I've been following this guy's case for a while now. The officer charged him with Zephyr Hills Ordinance Section 130.75, roadway solicitation and commercial user of public right-of-way prohibited. This is an ordinance that is a content-based restriction, making roadway solicitation illegal, which is unconstitutional. Recently, 7 surrounding counties have had similar laws challenged, and they were found to be unconstitutional and can no longer be enforced. There was a big settlement, a $90,000 settlement to be exact. Also recently, another lawsuit in neighboring Hillsborough County was settled. The county paid that settlement, and they claim that they won't enforce that any longer based on its unconstitutionality. So the Zephyr Hills police officer is Officer Healy, and he's ZPD's homeless outreach liaison. Just a week and a half later, on my way home from court for the HALO law charge that I'm currently being prosecuted for, I saw the panhandler again. He was holding a sign again, and I asked him some questions. What's that? Oh, I'm not with the police, brother.
Okay.
I believe what you're doing is free speech.
Right.
Yeah. How does this sign differ from the other one that got you in trouble?
I just want to tell people that I have no ID right now.
And
That's why.
that's why you need help?
So, yeah, it costs $31.
Okay.
So, and then I need to eat and stuff like that.
Yeah. Do you have like a Cash App so that if...
No.
Okay. I'll probably stay here and wait and see a little while to see if the police come and harass you again. It would help you to learn, you know, like your rights, your First Amendment right and everything, and the case law that's behind it.
I've been told that it's legal.
Yeah.
And it's more of a hustle by the police.
Yeah, they're just trying to stop it, and even though it's unconstitutional, like they're still gonna, because there's law on the books, they're still gonna harass you, and they're just trying to harass you, and it's gonna take someone suing them to get it taken off the books.
Right. And I think it's that what they're doing is because they get paid the police get paid so much for people in the jail per day.
Exactly. What's the most fucked up thing is the guy that ticketed you last time and stopped you, he's actually the homeless outreach officer. So it's clear that they don't want to help you, you know. Like what, and I don't mean to get personal, you don't have to tell me anything you don't want to, but did he try to talk to you at the beginning, or was he just what you're doing is illegal, and he didn't try to help you at all, did he?
No,
Until the end.
Yeah.
When I got there.
No, he was aggressive.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was. He said,
Well,
his words were, "Didn't I just see you out here last week I said, yes. And then he's like, you're out here again. And what are you doing? And I kind of just put my hands up. He's like, okay, well, I'm writing you another citation. You sit right there.
Did you get a ticket the first time or no?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So there's a lot to the story of the panhandler, and I plan to disseminate that information soon, but have been holding back from publishing it because the cases were still active. He had court the morning of the interaction you're about to see, and the cases were closed, and he was fined. I wanted to question other individuals who hold signs and see if they've received any harassment from the police as part of my investigation before creating the video or videos that I plan to publish. I also hope that the video or videos get shared with the Florida Justice Institute and the Southern Legal Council, both law firms who challenge the surrounding counties, and I hope that they get involved to help the people of Pasco who are being persecuted and prosecuted for using their First Amendment protected right to ask others for help. And if you think panhandling is a disgusting act that shouldn't be done, and you think it should be stopped, and you feel you would never help that person or give that person money, just consider this. Eventually, someone will sue, and the city or county will pay that individual a settlement that will most likely come in part, however small, from your funding. You will eventually pay. Now for a statement that'll leave you eyes wide open. You've been paying to house hundreds, if not thousands, of people who've been arrested for these charges and subsequent charges and served jail time because that person can't afford to feed or house themselves, let alone pay for their growing fines or enough to support their addictions, whatever those addictions may be. When those people are in jail, serving time, you're paying. You're paying to support them. You're paying to feed, house, clothe, bathe. You're paying for everything, brother. What's up, brother?
What's up? Are you filming?
Yeah. How are you?
Doing good. What's it for?
Probably my YouTube channel.
Okay.
Do you ever get harassed by the police for holding the signs out here?
No.
No. But what are you doing? You're like advertising for a business?
I'm helping a friend of mine.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
And like you're helping him advertise or?
For free. as a favor.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't make any money off this.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just like wondering, like the police usually mess with the homeless people when they hold signs out, you know, and I was just wondering if they harass you at all, like if they ever stop, or
No.
you've never had an interaction with a law enforcement officer about that?
No.
Okay, that's all I was wondering. I see you on Facebook and stuff all the time.
Okay.
I think your last name's or something like that, or oh, you don't want to answer? I won't put that online. I'll cut your name out and all that. I was just letting you know that I knew who you were and that I knew what you're doing. I'm not here to harass you or try to get you in trouble. I was just wondering about what I asked you about, because I'm trying to help the homeless people, okay? So right here I go to walk away, but he continues the conversation.
I can appreciate that. It's kind of odd that you're saying you don't want to harass me and you're filming me.
Yeah, but filming isn't harassment, you know? Like what I'm doing right now, recording, we're in public, right?
Right.
That's the First Amendment. Just like what you're doing, I believe, is the First Amendment.
Right.
Just like what
I wonder why you're trying to film me. I mean, I'm not homeless.
Yeah, I'm not saying you're homeless. That's what I'm saying. I'm not here to get you in trouble. I'm not here claiming anything. I'm just asking you if the cops harass you also, you know?
Okay.
I'm not here to get you in trouble or anything, or to make you look any certain way, okay? I'm just here to ask you about that. And the main reason is because I try to look out for the homeless and stuff. And
I'm glad you try to look out for the homeless. I just don't understand why we couldn't have had this conversation without the camera if that was the case, you know?
like, what's the difference? We're on camera everywhere we go. There's cameras up here. Every one of these stores have
You work with
camera.
the county?
No, I'm not. I don't work with law enforcement or the county.
The county puts these cameras up.
Yeah, does that make it okay?
We're
Like,
the county, so yeah.
I don't understand that logic, you know?
Well, I can't help that.
The government is allowed to record you, but
Right.
a citizen isn't? Is that what you're saying?
I'm not talking about the legality of the situation. I'm just talking about the ethic of the situation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, the
I'm not gonna-
ethics really doesn't have anything to do with like a constitutionally protected activity, you know? Like I'm not here to try to stop you from doing what you're doing, you know? I think it's your First Amendment right, you know? And I would expect that same respect with my First Amendment, even though I'm expressing it in a different way. You understand what I'm saying?
I don't know what more we can say then, man. I mean,
Yeah, I know. Like, it's good that we're having a conversation, but like, I don't think that you really understand that recording in public is lawful, you know?
okay, man.
What's up, brother? How you doing?
Doing good,
Ain't
bro.
seen you in a while, man. Yeah. Like, see, people know who I am. I'm not famous or anything. I'm just, people know who I am. Just like that, I know who you are. Other people know who you are. You know, you're a public figure. Just like, say if Tom Cruise, you know, drove by, would you take a picture of him if you wanted to? You know, like,
Not really, not without his permission.
see, that's the thing is when you're in public, you don't
It's a
really.
matter of respect.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Is it legal? You probably could take a picture of Tom Cruise, but kind of like the way I'm feeling right now, he probably wouldn't want me to do that without permission, out of respect. Could he stop you? No.
yeah.
But at the same time, it's not really respectful without permission, you know.
Yeah, that's kind of like bullcrap. Like if you go to
I don't think so.
to Disney World, like would you
can
expect
believe
no
that
one?
way. You can believe it's bullcrap, but I don't think it's bullcrap. So I guess, you know, we just have a difference of opinion.
Yeah, like, and I'm not trying to have a debate with you or anything like that. I just
That's kinda what we're doing.
We're having a conversation, you
You
know.
came to me, and now we're kind of having a debate because you came to me.
Yeah, but I'm not forcing you to talk to me. You know what I mean?
I understand that.
And I'm not talking loud because I'm like aggravated or anything. I'm partially deaf, and like
Okay.
when I only talk like as loud as I can hear. You understand what I'm saying? But yeah, like that's all I came to talk to you about, brother. It's not nothing to harass you or anything.
Well, respectfully, we have a difference of agreement on this. I really wish that you would have come to me ahead and said, hey, if we're going to have a conversation of this nature, would it be all right if I film you? I'm not speaking to the legalities of it, just the ethics. I would have appreciated it if you had asked me first, but it is
Well,
what it is.
you didn't ask me to come out and wave your sign around, did you?
Well, I didn't ask you to come to me, period. You know,
Yeah,
that's
like-
the thing. I'm helping a friend of mine,
But I have a right to do what I'm doing, even asking you questions, you know,
I
like,
didn't say-
I'm not trying to harass you or anything.
Respectfully, sir, you keep trying to speak to the legality of it, and I'm acknowledging that. I'm saying I'm not focused on the legality of it. I'm focused on the integrity of it. You know, what's respectful. So, have you broken any laws? Not to any of my knowledge. Standing here right now, I'm not an attorney. I don't know all of the laws. So I'm not saying you've broken any laws. I'm not saying that you've gone beyond your rights. I'm just simply saying it's not very ethical to walk up to someone and start filming them, you know, unless you ask them first. That's just my opinion.
I understand how you feel, but
Sir, we're done. We're
if
done.
you don't want to
Respectfully.
talk, that's all you have to
Okay,
do. You
so
have to
I'm
not
telling
talk.
you right now,
Okay.
I'm telling you right now, I don't want to talk.
Okay.
You have a wonderful day.
You too, brother.
All right. You still filming me? Okay. I don't know what you want.
I just want to express my First Amendment right, just like
Okay.
you're doing.
Well, there's some people over there. Why don't you film them? Why is it just
I
me?
thought we were done,
But you're still standing there.
but
So this is the man who comes up to me and he starts filming me. He's holding a sign for a friend of mine. He starts talking to me about his First Amendment rights. He says he can film me. I never said it was illegal. I never said he's breaking any laws. I never said he's violating anyone's technical rights through the eyes of the law. I'm just simply saying that it would have been more respectful had he come up to me and asked me if he could film me first. He swears he's not trying to entrap me and so forth, but yet he's filming me. And he's obviously butthurt that I asked him to not do it anymore, that we would be done. And he's still filming me. It is currently Friday, the April 10th at 5:44 p.m. Would you care to tell me your name, since you obviously know me?
yeah, it's Cammed Up Caveman, like the guy called me when he rode by.
Okay.
Yeah. It's Cammed Up Caveman. You can check me out on YouTube.
All right.
And I have everything that you said on video and everything that I said, you know.
right, right.
And I didn't come up here to do anything to harass you or to do anything
Yeah,
other
that's
than to ask you a
exactly
question.
What you're doing.
Now you're talking over me again. Like,
Well, because you're trying to change the narrative of what really happened, and I'm not going to let you do that.
what do you mean? I walked up and asked you a question if the cops harass you like they do the homeless.
Right.
And you answered me, and then you had a conversation with me, and then
I
you
said that they don't.
and you're out here expressing your First Amendment right with this sign, right?
Helping a friend of mine.
Yeah, but it's expressing
free.
it's
I'm not
expressing
making
your
any money.
First Amendment right, though, right? You're allowed to express
Okay.
your First Amendment right, but I'm not.
I didn't say anything. I'll say what I said again for the sake of my viewers, that I never said you don't have a First Amendment right. I never said you don't have the right to do exactly what you're doing. I don't know the laws. I'm speaking to the ethics of the situation. I'm speaking to what's respectful or not. And this whole situation could have been avoided if you had just simply asked me for permission first. You can go back to your original argument that you don't have, that's bullshit. You think that you have the right to do this. And then I'm just going to go in the circle of telling you I'm not speaking to your rights. I'm speaking to what's respectful.
But you didn't ask me to come out here and express your First Amendment right, did you?
Right.
Like-
See, again, you're bringing it back to what's considered the rights of individuals. I'm speaking to respect.
Your feelings. Like,
What's
it's okay
respect?
for you to do it, but not me. Is that what you're
I
saying?
didn't say it's not okay for you to do it. I said it would be
Like, you didn't ask
respectful.
all of these people if it was okay if you came out here and held a sign, right? I don't have to ask to express my First Amendment right, even though I'm
Have to
expressing
is
it in
not
a
the
different
issue,
manner.
Sir, have to is not the issue. Have to has to do with legality. And I'm not speaking to legality, I'm speaking to ethic. You don't
Yeah.
have to ask me for permission. So see, I've just said that. We're both filming it. You don't have to repeat yourself. You don't have to ask me for the permission. But it would be respectful if you did.
Yeah, and you said we were done talking, but yet again, you pull out your camera and you come over here and
The
you
reason
start
for that is
another
because
debate.
I
Like,
stood
are you
here-
done talking, or do you want to keep
agitating? Like, are you trying to agitate me?
I'm not the agitator. The reason why I said we were done, and then I pulled out my cameras because we had about 20 to 30 seconds of you filming me. So when you started,
It was more like 3 minutes.
No, it wasn't 3 minutes of you filming me. It was about 30 seconds. Hi there. How are you? It began to feel like intimidation.
Yeah.
You know, when you stood there and you just like dead silence stared at me with your camera on me when I thought we were done. So that's why I pulled my camera out. So now I have a record.
But I wasn't right in
You're not the
in
only
your
one with a
face
record.
like you say though. I was way back here, and then you just walked up to me again, right?
No, I didn't walk up to you. I filmed you. You walked up to me, and my camera, well, my film will show that you walked up to me. I have no interest in walking up to you.
Yeah, I think you're full of shit. Like everybody could
Okay.
see that you walked
All
from
right.
over there,
Well, maybe you're full of
15
shit.
feet
You know, it's a
over
matter
to
of
here.
opinion. You know what I'm saying?
It's on video, brother.
Right.
My camera and yours.
Someone could argue, looking at it from my end. That
I don't
you're
like
trying-
arguing.
Somebody could look at it from my end and say that because you were the first one to use profanity just now, you're the one who's looking to cause tension. You're
So
the
now
one
you have another problem with my First Amendment right to curse, right?
Now you have a problem with my First Amendment right for saying I don't like what you said. So who's right?
I didn't say that I didn't like what you said. Like
This is stupid.
I didn't say anything about what you were doing other than I asked you a question whether the cops harassed you. Like I didn't try to make you look like anything. I didn't try to harass you. I just asked you a simple question, and when you said we're done, I walked away.
No, you didn't. You fucking stood there. And
I
you
walked
started
over
filming.
here and I
That's
stood
a
here
lie.
and
You're a
expressed my
liar.
First Amendment right,
You began to
and it's
film
on
me.
video,
Right,
and
no, you
you're
are a
the
liar.
fucking liar,
No,
dude.
You are a liar. You're of low moral
Okay.
character. You stood there, so I had to film you so that I could have a record.
That's fine.
not
Like,
gonna let you
there's
fucking
nothing
lie about
wrong
me like
with
that,
it. It's
sir.
okay. But it's on my camera, dude, that
right.
you're the liar.
Okay, well, actually, you're the liar, but I tell you what, we both have a difference of opinion.
Yep.
Why don't you just get the fuck out of here? How about that?
See, now you're making me leave when I'm
Now you're
expressing
trying
my
to play
First
the
Amendment right.
victim. You're
I didn't
trying to
attempt to
play the
make you leave, right?
You're trying to play the victim when I didn't ask you to come up to me. You came up to me of your own volition.
Because I had a question for you. If you didn't want to answer it,
I did answer
you could
your
have said, I don't want to. I know.
Did and
And then when you said we're
So
done, I
you
left.
go
I
away.
walked away.
Right, I have
I
answered your
disengaged
question.
with you and you re-engaged,
I've
brother.
answered your
You're the one with the problem.
No, I don't have a problem until you come up to me. So since I've answered your question, why don't you just go to someone else? There's lots of other people that you can film.
Yeah, but
If
I'm
this
going to
is not-
stand
this is-
here.
If this was not a setup, if this was not a setup, then why don't you start filming other people? Go talk to other people. Since you're not setting anyone up, that's your First Amendment right. What makes me
I only came here because you were holding the sign.
respectfully answer my question? What makes me more interesting than anyone else out here? Why is it that I'm the one who's interested? If it's not a setup.
Because as I told you, I recorded a homeless person and
Okay.
they got in trouble for holding a sign.
Okay.
I asked you, did you get in trouble? Have you ever
answered
been in
your
trouble
question.
with
I
the
said
law
I have-
enforcement
I have
for
not.
Okay, and
All right, so there's nothing more to talk about, right?
you said we're done and it was over
then
and
you
you
stood there and you-
re-engaged. Why don't you disengage again?
Okay, well, respectfully, we didn't get to disengage because when I tried to disengage, I just stood there and
I'll disengage again, okay? I'm done with you, okay?
you haven't disengaged once. You stayed. If you'll stop, I'll stop. If you'll walk away, then that could be the end of it. This is not necessary.
What's up, brother?
looks like a cop. I don't know.
See, where I recorded that homeless guy was right over there. See, where I recorded that homeless guy was right over there. Surprised this guy hasn't called the cops yet.
Sounds like he said he's surprised I didn't call the cops. That indicates to me that he wants me to call the
I wonder if these people are paying this guy to hold the sign.
Nobody's paying you. You're a liar. You made that up. You have no proof for that.
See, the bitch don't want to disengage. You can sit over there and talk shit about me, but as soon as I start talking, he's got to start engaging again. He can't
You're
just...
lying about me. And you're recording yourself lying about me. Why would I not say something? How does that make me a bitch?
Guy's fucking stupid as shit.
Walking up closer to me. He said he wasn't going to leave.
Someone who makes a living out here using their First Amendment has a problem with me using my First Amendment.
That's the only reason why I'm not being hostile. And I know you lied about me back there, so I just want to make sure I can hear you.
You guys just can't leave it alone.
I'm trying to whisper so I can't hear it. Doesn't seem like you
Just begging me to engage again.
No, I'm not.
What a fool.
I would like you to leave. I don't want to engage with you, but what I don't want is for someone to film me and say lies about me that I can't defend myself from. You know? So.
When I put the video online, do you want me to share your Facebook page so everyone knows who you are?
I could do the same thing for you.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Most,
I don't want you to do that, but
yeah,
somebody tells me you're going to do it anyway because you don't seem to care about respecting me at all. So,
like, what are you talking about? Like, how didn't I respect you? I didn't ask you to leave. I didn't tell you to stop holding your sign. I didn't tell you to stop recording like you're telling me.
I asked you to leave because you were being disrespectful, sir. That's the only reason why.
Pretty calm.
Back to my roots, dirt bikes, blood lights, and these cowboy boots. You know we beat the country girls in their birthday suits, and then we raise a little hell. Kid ass the trope.